participation in clinical trials is strictly voluntary. And a lot of folks really don't understand how it works. They think that they want to get involved in a clinical trial, they just don't know how to do it. So a lot of people will go online. This day and age, you can find everything on the internet. So they go online and they look up clinical trials, and they may find a clinical trial, but they really don't know if they fit the trial. A lot of times there's all kinds of complicated medical terminology, laboratory testing requirements, etc. And folks don't really know whether they meet the requirements for a trial or not. So that's one reason why folks often don't get involved in trials. One of the other reasons that folks don't get involved in trials is that they're a little concerned about safety, about maybe even being on a new medication. And sometimes it's really that when you're in a trial, sometimes you may be on a new medication, but sometimes you may be on the same medications that you're currently on. There are usually two pieces to a clinical trial. One is the study drug, and the other one may be the same regimen that you're currently on. And the doctors who are performing these trials don't know which of the regimens you're on until after the trial's closed. Some people want the new drug; they really don't want to risk being on the same medications they're already on, and they have no control over that in a trial. Clinical trials are very interesting. There's always a lot of fear about being in quotes a guinea pig. But one of the things that the government has done about this, and this has been for a long time, is clinical trials fall under the auspices of the FDA. And the FDA and the government is very concerned about patient safety and patient rights. And so clinical trials that involve humans all have to be approved by an institutional review board. Now, that's a big name, but basically what it is a group of experts that monitor clinical trials to make sure of a couple of things. One, that patients or people that get involved in clinical trials know what they're getting involved in up front. So it's total transparency. The second thing is that it's safe, and that the patients understand that if they have any apprehensions whatsoever, they can pull out of a clinical trial at any time without any consequence. That's their right. So that's the second thing is patient rights. So the IRBs, the institutional review boards, make sure that these trials are set up appropriately for the safety and well-being of the patients.